and I am happy that I am blessed that the Lord woke me up yet another day, blessing me with this fabulous Tuesday, tremendous Tuesday. I am happy that He woke me up, planted my feet on the floor, and got me over to this Black Talk radio station so I could be with y'all, our WBOK family of listeners. And sitting right here with me is Ro Brown.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How
How
y'all are?
All right now. And of course, behind the glass is Jared. As he does a little quiet clap to add to our crowd noise, since the crowd is 3 here at this hour. So, unless somebody is visiting the studio, we are a crowd of 3.
I love how embarrassed he always looks.
Yeah, right. Oh boy. Well, we are happy to be with you all, and we are definitely going to have some time for some phone calls today. We will be covering a number of things, and we're going to be sharing some good news and information with you as we go on into our show today. We had a good update from Charles Phipps, VP at the Urban League of Louisiana, and Cree Matlock from the Power Coalition yesterday. And the map is final, is what they reported. The governor has signed it. It is law. So at least for this year, the new 5-1 map, which eliminates the 6th district as we know it, represented by Congressman Cleo Fields, will be kaput as of December 31, which means he will no longer hold the incumbent title of congressman or a U.S. representative. But I can assure you this, he will be involved. Just a matter of how and what he wants to do. I mean, it's a heck of a thing to go into office twice and have to fight every day knowing that people don't want you there. Which is basically what has happened. So that happened 30 years ago, and that happened now. And this time's a little different because the Republican governor and legislator voted to have the district, and knowing that he was the strongest likely candidate. And then now they're taking it away. And not because of Louisiana-specific politics, but because of national politics.
Yeah.
And Mr. President Donald J. Trump says, I need more seats in the House because things are not looking good.
And the governor of Louisiana said, yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Absolutely. Because we may disagree with the governor on 1, 2, 3, or lots of things, but he's no total dummy when it comes to kind of figuring out the politics of things. And
when it comes to pleasing daddy.
That's right.
When
it
comes to being on daddy's good side.
Yeah, all y'all have a vote, but his vote seems to weigh more heavily.
Yeah.
For now, anyway, we'll see what happens in the coming months, and so we'll probably talk about that some more as we go on into the Good Morning Show. We also had the legislature finalize the bill that will cut judges in Orleans Parish. So we'll see where they ended up and talk about what the governor had to say about that. because there's a plot twist, to say the least. So there's a plot twist about where we are with that and how people are looking at that. So we'll look into that this morning on the Good Morning Show. And there are some other things out of the legislature, but it also is uh, uh, Gun Violence Awareness Month. And we have talked about this before. We've talked about it last week, I believe. And we talk about it annually. But it is an important year-round thing to have gun violence awareness and violence prevention. And we're going to talk about that again today. So we will have a segment when we'll be talking about that. And we're going to have another segment that I think will be fascinating. I'm looking forward to. And what's that one involved, Mr. Rowe?
Bless 26.
That's it.
Bless 26 is a 501c3 started by a ex-Tulane football player by the name of Kendall Francis. It's been around for a while, doing a lot of good stuff. It's all about mentoring and empowering young men, mostly black men, preparing them for life and education opportunities and the whole works. They got a golf tournament coming up, but it'll be good that now we'll talk about the golf tournament, but for Kendall to tell you about what they've been doing. They've done a lot of good stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
And just be good to talk to him again.
One of the things that I'm reminded of when we get these positive crime stat reports. We're down in this crime. We're down in that crime. We're down in that crime. And there's this FBI report or New Orleans Police Department report, or Metro Commission, and one thing after another. And what's not in the reports most of the time, or at least not highlighted, is that organizations like this are significant contributors.
Right. Yeah, they have to have had something to do with whatever decrease it was in whatever bad category there is.
Yeah. Right. Well, that'll be a good conversation. I'm looking forward to that as well. And of course, we want to know what's on your mind. If you see something that's in the news that you want to talk about, or you want to ask us a question, we'll do our best to give you an answer. And if we don't have the answer, you know what? We'll give you a response. We'll give you a response. We'll respond some
or
kind.
try.
Yeah, or as they say in
to.
the broadcast business, you won't hear dead air.
Yeah.
So we'll say something about it. We will say something about it. Ro Brown, what is that talk line phone number in case anybody wants to call as we move on with the Good Morning Show?
You know the number, but if you don't, 504-582-9422. It's 504-582-9422.
It's 7:10 a.m. You got somewhere to be at 7:15. You've got about 5 minutes to get there, so do it safely. This is WBOK, 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Kubel, and here are today's headlines for you. A plan is expected to be announced by Governor Jeff Landry this morning to fund teacher pay raises. That announcement comes after the legislative session ended on Monday with lawmakers still without a plan to fund the raises. The governor will need major support from both parties to implement his plan. Landry is expected to talk in Baton Rouge at 10 a.m. NOPD investigators are working right now to determine what caused a man's death after his body was found on Monday afternoon. Police were called to Tulane Avenue and Airline, where we are told an unresponsive man was found and later pronounced dead. The incident is currently being investigated as an unclassified death, but no other details have been provided. And with hurricane season upon us, the second annual Blessing of the Fleet ceremony will take place this morning. It honors first responders and their readiness during hurricane season and is a reminder to citizens to stay prepared for all storms. The event will feature a fleet of over 35 marked emergency vehicles and participation from multiple emergency and law enforcement agencies. Archbishop James Checchio will lead the blessing at 10 a.m. And that is a look.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the front porch, y'all. You know how we do every Monday. It's Moving Monday.
And Tuesday, it's Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show.
Good morning.
On WBOK.
Good morning.
7:13 a.m. You got 2 minutes to get there if you got to be there at 7:15 a.m. You still have to watch out for the kiddos and our babies because they might not be in school, but they might be going to camp. They might be hanging out at the house. Mama might have sent them out to the front porch or the sidewalk to take a break. So realize there are going to be lots of kids around and not necessarily just around the school. So watch out for them as they have some fun at camp or get some education with some tutoring or whatever kinds of classes they might be taking, swimming or otherwise. Lots of kids go to Nord in the summer. So watch out for them as you move about. Please, please, please do that. Well, one of the things that has happened is that the Orleans Parish judicial system has been targeted, I'd say, by Governor Jeff Landry.
That's the right word.
And the Republican. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if it's basically one parish, out of 64, and you all have a problem. You got too many of this and too many of that, and it's like, well, wait a minute, aren't there some other parish, any other parishes that have these same issues out of 64? Nope, it's you. Just you. And so we're going to have to do something about that. Well, they been working on figuring out how they can reduce the number of judges in Orleans Parish, a.k.a. New Orleans. And they looked at the civil court judges, and they've looked at the criminal court judges, and they've looked at the juvenile court judges and the magistrate judges. And it's like, y'all have too many of everything, and we got to reduce that number. So according to a bill introduced by Jay Morris from West Monroe and Ouachita Parish up north, they were going to get rid of quite a number of judges.
Yeah.
And so the bill's author, Jay Morris, got quite a bit of heat from the New Orleans delegation because he introduced this and didn't talk to them. They're like, well, wait a minute, how are you going to do something in our home region and not talk to us?
Yeah.
Well, it's just a bill. It's for conversation. No, it's not for conversation. You're trying to do this. And so over the months that they have been in Baton Rouge in session, there's been back and forth, and it's got closer and closer. Voices from the New Orleans delegation got louder and louder. And as I understand it, it wasn't just the New Orleans delegation. There were some other folks, including some Republicans, who said, this doesn't feel right.
I can believe there was one or two.
Yeah. This just doesn't feel right. So this is Senate Bill 217, which was passed by the Senate, passed by the House, and passed on to the governor. And the governor has been pushing this. He's wanted this. And he, yesterday, through an audible, is that the right way of saying that?
Called an audible.
Called an audible, yeah.
For football people, that means change the play.
Yeah, right. He changed it.
While you're at the line of scrimmage,
So, right at the finish line, which is him signing the bill, instead of signing it and showing we're going to get this done, he's hit pause and said, I have not been a part of any of those decisions today. Well, apparently he wanted to be consulted.
Isn't it the same line that we hear from Daddy?
Yes.
From Trump, when you reach that, I didn't have anything to do with that. Yeah, right. Go on.
Yep. Nobody called and asked me. If they would have, I would have told them that's ridiculous. They're taking the best judge off the bench. Oh, so we now have some qualifications.
Yeah. Right. That's what I get. I thought it was just the number.
Yeah. It was like y'all got
the quantity of judges.
Y'all got too many.
Now it's the quality of judges.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So the way the bill has been written and is sitting to become law, there would be John Fuller, newly elected to the criminal court, that his office, his judgeship would disappear. And he knew that when he ran for the seat and took the seat. And so that's still identified as a seat to disappear. And then there's incumbent judge Simone Levine. Her court section would disappear at the end of the year. And there was Leon Roche, whose court section would disappear at the end of the year. And so the part of the logic has been that there is a last in, first out. And you hear that over the decades on all kinds of things, employment situations and all. And so that's part of what the Republicans were applying as to the who. So we care about the number, but as to who it's going to be, we're going to look at last in, first out. And so that Judge Roche would be included in that number. But in the last few hours, the legislature author, Jay Morris, changed it. He says, after discussions, didn't say with who, to end up at a place where criminal district judge Rhonda Good Douglas would be the one cut and not Judge Leon Roche.
And
he says
that's
it's because he's the best judge on the criminal court in New Orleans Parish. So Good Douglas is a former prosecutor, and as it stands now, the legislative session is over. Can't go back and amend the bill. So this bill is in front of the governor, who it seemed was in favor of what they were doing with last in, first out. But now that it is Rhonda Good Douglas, there seems to be a question as to whether the governor will follow what he said all along, which is we've got to reduce the number of judges. Or is he going to say, I can't have you take the best judge off of.
Who I
the
think
bench.
is the best
Yeah,
judge.
yeah, it's his opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
so and I will say that a number of people think Rhonda Good Douglas is a good judge.
Mhm.
But how do you pick and choose who's going to?
That's how you do it. You pick and choose.
Yeah, yep. So anyway, that is something that we'll have to watch and listen for and see how that is going to end. Does the governor sign the bill, which becomes law with what he identifies as the best judge being ousted?
Mhm.
Or does he not sign the bill, in which case the number of judges in the criminal court remains the same,
Mhm.
at least for a bit yet? Isn't that something?
Yeah, but it's how things work now, or it's how they work it now.
Well, there is a campaign to keep Rhonda Good Douglas on the court, and so this is being shared on social, by text, and otherwise. So I'm going to read you what I got, just in case you didn't get it.
Okay.
So here we go. Good evening. Hope all is well. Sharing this on Rhonda's behalf. Good evening. In regard to Judge Rhonda Good Douglas, the legislature just passed SB 217, reducing NOLA's criminal court seats, and a shady last-minute rewrite explicitly targets Rhonda's seat for elimination when her term ends, completely throwing out the standard seniority rules. The bill is sitting on Governor Jeff Landry's desk right now. Even he publicly called this last-minute target, quote-unquote, ridiculous today. So we will have a real window to push for a veto, but we will have to flood his office with calls first thing tomorrow morning, meaning this morning. Please take 2 minutes to call or message him, telling him a last-minute political hit should not disrupt New Orleans' justice system or unseat a fair, dedicated judge like Rhonda. Urge him to veto SB 217, and it provides the contact number for Governor Landry, 225-342-7015 or 866-366-1121, and then the website, gov.louisiana.gov. So, not going down slowly. I haven't seen anything that says keep Judge Roche.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this message does not say anything about Roche or Levine or Fuller.
Yeah.
The focus is on Rhonda Good Douglas and keeping her on the bench, and doesn't say anything else. It just says veto it, and the veto would mean things stay as they are in the criminal district court. Well, we got a caller. Reverend Calhoun, good morning, sir. You're on with Will Sutton and Ro Brown. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm just doing extremely well because I like to just hear all this good news that comes out of Baton Rouge and Washington. Just doing everything on merit, and they're not doing anything that's racist. That none of this has anything to do with race. Even your Secretary of War went to the Navy and decided that there was some people that did not deserve to be promoted.
Yep.
That's interesting to me because it seems like now they're saying that we're going to do this all by merit. But then, I don't know, you got to tell me, Ro, did he ever get above the rank of major?
Not that I know of.
Secretary of War.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I just. Yeah.
Evidently, he didn't get merit either, huh?
Well, it's based on the way that he thinks, you will never convince me that he was even remotely as qualified as, say, a Colin Powell or a Lloyd Austin. Guy had it right before him. These people were generals. Okay, highly educated generals. But he would automatically think that they were not qualified.
And just to clarify,
go ahead.
Just to clarify, when you say major, that's a major in the National Guard.
Yeah, not.
Hey, hold up, he wasn't in the real. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna
No. And not to belittle the National Guard.
But it's a different kind of.
In no way I belittle anybody of the armed services, but I'm saying here's a man that, based on merit, was not capable of being in anything. But I do see his little racist underwear showing. And for him to sit there and deny that it's not showing, something wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This retaliatory stuff that Trump administration is doing, I don't know what it's going to take or when it's going to come to a point that people got to realize this man don't mean nobody any good.
Yeah,
we have a real problem, and I don't think people really understand how deep this problem goes.
And for those who don't know what Reverend Calhoun is talking about, there are reports that the Defense Secretary, War Secretary, Pete Hegseth, did personally put himself into the Navy's promotion process and blocked at least 7 Navy captains who were on schedule, on track, all the paperwork in place. They've done all the things to become 1-star admirals.
Yeah. For those who
And
don't
2
know,
were women.
Let me say, for those who don't know, it's ensign, lieutenant commander, and then commander, then captain, and then when you're a captain, you become an admiral. Okay.
Yeah.
You become an admiral. You become a vice admiral, and then there's a fleet admiral, and that's the number of stars you're talking about.
Yeah. Run that order back by. Ensign. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But for
lieutenant commander, commander, captain, admiral.
But is there not a review committee?
Well, yeah.
Sit down and does this selection.
Yeah, there is. And what you're saying is that he personally just, decided that, these 4 people don't deserve to get this because they're black people, okay? And whatever they've gotten, they got it because it was given to them because of DEI. And that's their thinking. That's their thinking. I mean, they think that, if you don't forget the Joint Chiefs of Staff in the military. The Joint Chief of Staff. In other words, there's a chief over the Army, Navy, Air Force, whatever, and then there's a guy who's the chief of that.
Head chief of chiefs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was a black guy. Was an Air Force general. One of the first things they did was they got rid of him.
Yeah. So
when they got in office, first thing
wrote that it's going to go back to where it was when you went into the military. That was been some years and years ago.
Now, and ironic you should say that because when I went into the military, when you're talking about 1971, they had a woke chief of naval operations, someone that they just couldn't stand because he came in and did things like, if you were forced into a job in the military, like a cook or something like that, and there was a lot of black people and a lot of Filipinos, quite frankly, there were certain jobs that they, that they just pushed them to, if you want a chance to go to a school and become a hospital corpsman or become something that you have a chance to do that right now. And the old line people freaked out. Okay. His name was Admiral Zumwalt. He's a guy that they would have considered really woke, really woke. He did things like change, you could watch television during boot camp and all this, they went crazy. All right. So, that's kind of, but you're right. Prior to that time, it's pretty much, that's what they want to go back to. Yeah.
Again, when I went in, we had the same issues. But what I see now, I think it's at its worst time.
I agree.
Because there is no way forward with the people that's blocking the way.
Yeah, I agree.
When I come to somebody like Mr. Morris, Jay Morris, whatever his name is,
Jay Morris.
Mm-hmm.
he demonstrates from the position that, and to make me think that this just fell out the air one night while he was sleeping, and he came up with this bill that he was gonna, and there was no discussion with Jeff Landry. That this just fell out. He just woke up one morning and said, "You know what? We need to reduce this." I don't believe that, and I think what's happening now is we are showing how this is flowing downhill from D.C. to the state to the city. Again, I believe they're here to try to get as much as they can of control of the revenue that New Orleans generates. What is going to happen, Ro? Well, when they start stripping everything away from New Orleans. Remember when NOCA first got started?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now NOCA is a state-run school?
Yeah.
When you start listening at what he says he's going to do to pay the teachers, he's going to take more money out of our education system and MPF fund to do what? To make sure that teachers paid. Now, no one is against anybody getting the teachers paid. But you're telling me now you're going to sacrifice who? To get what? We got a problem, man. Now, I do want to say this before I get off because I know it's my time. But we are having our yearly youth entrepreneur workshop. Okay. It's for kids 14 to 18. We have been having it for the last 4 years. Will, I did send you something on it. Mm-hmm. And we got spots for 5 more kids.
Oh, you got
any kids out there wants to attend our entrepreneur workshop, it's going to be all 4 Saturdays in June.
9 a.m. to 12 noon.
Area,
9 a.m. to 12 noon.
Okay.
Is that right?
I'm sorry.
I said it's going to be 9 a.m. to 12 noon.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we do supply breakfast and lunch.
Wonderful opportunity. You got 5 more slots.
All right, yes.
Okay, well, we're definitely going to want to make sure that people know that this is going on and that there's 5 more slots at this point. And we'll,
all right.
We can share that with our Facebook family as well.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Jeff Thomas has agreed to come and give a lecture to our children with his business expertise. Mm-hmm. All right. Looking Will and Ro for a couple of more to come in and lecture our children concerning how to move forward. Mm-hmm. Now, Ro, I got one last question, and I'm going to leave you alone. Is it true that those who couldn't get in the Marine Corps had to go to the Navy?
No, you got it backwards. You got it.
This is what I
you
heard.
got it backwards.
Went to the Air Force.
Now look. Now you know that Navy people always say, well, the Marines were really part of the Navy. They really weren't. They didn't even have a spot on the Joint Chiefs. Okay, they didn't have and it was true that Harry Truman thought that Marines weren't smart enough, that they didn't deserve a spot on it. But anyway, they did. No, that was true. That's not me. That's what he said that, okay?
Yeah. Like I said, I know the brightest and the best one to the Air Force.
Sure they did. Sure they
I'm just telling you what happened. I'm just, But anyway, there's a problem here that I think that we really have to address. Another piece of news I want to have, we have secured a site to do voter registration as well as recall registration. I'm going to send something to everybody, send it out to let them know where it is, when it is, and the times. So all of that we're trying to get finished and straighten out today.
Well, because of the high school you graduated from, and because of the branch of the service you were in, when I come down there to have lunch, down there on St. Claude Avenue. I'm going to call you and take you to lunch, okay?
All right. But just don't, you don't have to be angry, though, bro.
I'm not angry. I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm helping.
It was for your betterment.
I'm helping the downtrodden, okay? You know, I'm doing my part.
I'm telling you, Rose. Once your mom, once they realized you didn't have that academic, athletic ability to be at Carver, then they sent you on, to Kennedy somewhere. I don't know what them creative schools are. So, but,
now don't get people started. You know I love Carver, okay? You know that.
Uh-huh.
You know that, don't you?
Yeah. I do know that. I know, and I know it hurt. When
My
you
sister graduated from Carver, so it can't be all bad.
I'll see you at lunch, Ro.
All righty. I will call you.
All right, Reverend Calhoun. Lord's blessings. Have a fabulous day. All right. Well. Oh, boy. Well.
Carver Rams.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Hessek took responsibility in the past for doing these kinds of things. Yes, I did it.
Yeah.
Is one of the quotes I remember.
Yeah.
It was like...
and you got to understand, he's only doing, this isn't just totally personal. I mean, this is a philosophy that the entire administration has. Mm-hmm. The people who are in control now, they all feel that way.
Yep.
They do. They all feel that way.
Yep.
So it's not something that's just people just making up.
Indeed. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we got big doings starting tomorrow night for a number of nights. We got the NBA Finals with a lot of people would say some of the two best teams in all of the NBA. Not every year that people would agree on that.
Right.
But certainly the New York Knicks making it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then to the finals.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
New York City is
the key word is New York.
Crazy. They are just going crazy.
Yeah.
It's as if they're not playing anybody else. They just look at us. They're so happy.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about that. And I know that all of you all aren't NBA fans, but this is kind of a big deal. And you might want to be paying attention because it's going to be in the news in the next few days. And you're going to be wondering what's going on. Well, we're going to tell you.
That's just a New York team. But go on.
Right. All right. It's 7:39 a.m. And if you got somewhere to be at 7:45, you got about 6 minutes to get there. And we want you to get there safely. Please make sure you take care of your makeup and your mustache twirling and all of your personal care at home. Don't do it in the car. And make sure you got everything you need to walk out the door. This is WBOK, and we got a talk line. We are happy to hear from Reverend Calhoun, but we're happy to hear from you too, especially because we're going to be talking about NBA Finals. I know some of y'all want to talk about that. What's that phone number?
The phone number is 504-582-9422.
All right, WBOK, 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Another warm day is up ahead with partly cloudy skies, but also looking at some scattered rain chances. We are looking at a low-end threat for seeing some street flooding. Main timing for us would be after 1 p.m. to the late evening into possibly the nighttime hours, but any of the downpours could be heavy at times. If you're not looking at rain, highs today will be 86 to 93 degrees, feeling a lot warmer than that. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
New Orleans never sleeps, and neither does WBOK. Now, every voice, every moment, and every show is in your pocket. Search WBOK Media wherever you get podcasts. Download, share, rate us 5 stars. Because when you support us, you amplify Black voices and the New Orleans culture.
This This is Andronika Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show.
Good morning.
On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Whether you've been in tune with us since 702, 704, 68, or 740. And if you're just tuning in, you're right on time because we're going to be talking about the NBA Finals. We've got the New York Knickerbockers and the San Antonio Spurs, and they're going to be running up and down the court starting tomorrow. Is that right, Robert?
Yes, starting tomorrow.
What are we looking for?
Well, I guess the three best teams right now in the National Basketball Association, the defending champions from last year, Oklahoma City Thunder, the San Antonio Spurs, and the New York Knicks. And this is one where we have two of those teams playing the NBA Finals. The Spurs eliminated the defending champions last week to win the Western Conference, and the Knicks have been just blowing people away in their games. I mean, not only winning, but I mean, just really they've been playing better than anyone the Knicks have. 13 playoff games, they're 12-1. And a big part of why this is, why you're going to be hearing more about this is because it's a New York team. It's a New York City team. And, if you know a little bit about, biographies of people who cover sports, a lot of the people nationally either are from New York or work in New York. And so that's what they talk about, New York teams. Even when they're bad, they talk about them. They talk to you about them, in New Orleans or in California, as if you need to know this because it's New York City. So now they have a team that's, on the cusp of perhaps winning the NBA title. The last time the Knicks won it was in 1973. Willis Reed, and Bill Bradley, and Dave DeBusschere, and Walt Frazier. And so that's more than 50 years ago. So they're hungry for it. And on the other side, you have someone that they call the alien, and Victor Wembanyama from France, who is 7'5". I think he's 7'6". But, 22-year-old guy who is a phenomenal player, especially for someone who is that tall. You usually don't see someone that tall being able to do the kind of things that, little guys can do.
Yeah, periodically.
And
We've seen these 7-footers, but they seem awkward.
Yeah, well, that hasn't been, like Kevin Durant is pretty much 7 feet, and he's not awkward. So it's not unusual, but he's even beyond that. Yeah. He just looks different. That's why some people call him an alien. He just looks beyond that. There are a lot of tall people, tall basketball players, who aren't awkward. But you're right, Will. I mean, the traditional thing is that if you were tall, you were kind of gawky. Put them under the basket and just let them stay under the basket because they're tall. That's not the way the game has been played lately. But even he could be a guard, he could be a forward, he could be a center. He can hit a shot from way outside, or he can, sometimes he taps shots to himself, and at times it looks like he is literally covering every other player on the team defensively. Yeah, it really does look that way sometimes to me. Yeah. And so, even if you don't like basketball, it might be worth just watching just to see him, to see this 7'5", 7'6" person or whatever it is do this stuff. because he's just different from other players.
Well, the Knicks have had a lot of fans get excited with new coaches and new players and trades and, oh my goodness, look at this duo, and this might be the year, and year after year it's like, what? We can't even make the playoffs?
Yeah.
I mean,
The key person I think there has been Jalen Brunson, who who's only 6'1". Okay, now that sounds funny to everybody else, but that's when he's out there with everyone else, he's shorter. He's only 6'1", and he's been the key person. He's been there with the Knicks now for 4 years, and nobody dreamed that when they signed him. I mean, it was a good free agent signing, but nobody ever dreamed that we would be talking about him. People talking about him being the greatest Knick ever now. I mean, you can, debate that if you want, but it's not debatable the impact he has had on the league and on this team the last 3 or 4 years. He's been a really terrific player. For a local situation, we do have some local stuff in this. Mitchell Robinson, who is the backup center for the New York Knicks, but plays a good bit. Defensive player, he would be guarding Wemby when he's in, for the most part. Went to Chalmette High School. He wasn't from here. He was really from Florida, but he came in. He graduated from Chalmette. Played his last 2 years of high school basketball at Chalmette High School, and didn't go to college. Really went right to the NBA, in the NBA draft. It was, and he suffered a broken finger or something in the last game. He had some surgery, but he will be playing, and so that's our local thing. The last time the Knicks were in the finals was 1999. Just an aside for people. The last time they were in the finals, they played the Spurs. It was the Knicks and the Spurs. And the Spurs won the NBA title with Dave Robinson and Tim Duncan and all that. But I always like to point out to New Orleans people, on the Spurs roster were 3 people who played high school basketball in New Orleans. On that team that year. Avery Johnson from St. Aug.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson from Cohen. Jaren Jackson Sr., and Gerard King from Ignata 35 were all on that team.
All right. Wow. Well, the last time that the Knicks won championship, I think they beat the Lakers.
Right.
Yeah.
In 73.
Yeah.
And they beat the Lakers in 70.
High school year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but they've been away from that for a minute.
Yep. Even through the Patrick Ewing years, of course, Patrick Ewing was there when the Spurs beat them in 99.
Yeah.
But, never could quite get that that NBA title, And like Los Angeles, they have their star fans sitting at courtside, the Spike Lees and the Tracy Morgans and, John McEnroe. So, you'll be hearing a lot about it. So. That's why you're hearing a lot about it.
Yeah.
So just,
well, let's talk some more about that. Ryan, we see you. We're going to take a break, and you're going to be up, Mr. Ryan. So hang in there. Be patient with us. I'm Will Sutton here with Ro Brown, and we're going to take a break. WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The number of Black summer associates at law firms is shrinking to its lowest levels in more than a decade. That's according to a survey by the National Association of Law Placement. And as part of a larger trend across industries, in reaction to a conservative push to end race and gender-based preferences in hiring and in school admissions. I spoke to Bloomberg Equality reporter Jeff Green, who says this decline could be just the tip of the iceberg.
We haven't even begun to see yet the impact of enrollment based on that affirmative action decision. The NALP folks said that's probably not going to show up till maybe next year's class. So you'll have the other side of that ratio affected, the number of black people who were in law school may also be diminishing.
Conservative legal strategist Edward Blum is a name to watch here. He's led several successful initiatives to curb DEI in places like law firms. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Hello, friend. Tavis Smiley here with a special announcement. You can catch my show at a new time. Weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Same great topics, same great guests, same great conversations, just a little earlier in the day. It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m. only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
Good morning, Wake Up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. It's 7:53 a.m. You got to be somewhere at 8. Got about 7 minutes to get there, but please take your time and get there in one piece and safe. No need to sweat on your way to wherever you got to go. We're going to go to the phone line. We're talking about the NBA Finals. This is Will Sutton and Ro Brown, and we've got Ryan on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Fabulous.
What's up, Mr. Brown?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Where OT at, man?
Who?
He's working.
He on vacation?
No, he's working.
Oh, he's working.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you better believe that.
What you got for us, Ryan? Ryan?
Yes, sir. No, I'm just going slow because like there's been conflict with the lines, the lines of communication recently.
Okay.
Just take it easy.
All right. Do you have a comment or a question? Are you going to watch the NBA Finals?
It's going to start on Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday. Oh, cool. Okay, so tomorrow.
That is correct.
What's that, 3rd of June? Or?
Well, today is the second.
No, it's cool. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm jesting. Yes, of course I'm going to watch the NBA Finals. I'm so the league had been in that thing since, like what you said, 99.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Was that a year that it was a what you call it? Like a stand down or what's like a closeout or a stand down? Wasn't that a weird year?
Oh,
sir.
I don't remember about the rest of the year.
No, it was like what was it?
Well, okay, maybe what you're talking about, Ryan. and I'll let you go. There was a work stoppage that year in the NBA.
Oh, okay.
The season was only 50 games long. Maybe that's what you mean. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There was a work stoppage.
Oh.
All right, Ryan.
All right, Ryan.
It was a strike.
Yeah.
It was actually a strike.
Basically,
All
yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to have to move on. Thanks, Ryan. Lord's blessings. Have a fabulous day.
Oh, really?
All right, folks. Tell us some about the Spurs, Mr. Roe Brown.
The Spurs. Well, the Spurs, they've been very successful in the last 30, 40 years, of course. 5 NBA titles and that good stuff, Great players like Tim Duncan and David Robinson, and international players also like Tony Parker from France and Manu Ginobili from Argentina, and the whole works. So they were in a lot of ways looked at as a model franchise in the National Basketball Association. Winningest coach of all time in the NBA, and Greg Popovich, and the whole works. And we've been talking about this New York business with the Knicks and all. I didn't know this. I just got a text from Arnie Filko, who tells me that his oldest son is vice president of Madison Square Garden and represents the Knicks. So Arnie Filko says, "Go Knicks." See, I told you that New York stuff just kind of, New York stuff kind of just spreads all over the place.
Oh boy. Well, yep. Well, we're gonna take another break, and when we come back, we'll be preparing to go into conversation about Gun Violence Awareness Month, and we're also going to hear about Blessed 26.
Blessed 26.
26.
Yep.
Blessed 26. Yeah, we're going to hear about them as well, and the wonderful work that is happening. So a couple of these things focused on kids.
Yeah.
And so you want to be in tune with us for this next hour. All right? This is Will Sutton and Roe Brown. In case somebody might want to weigh in about kids and gun violence or the wonderful work of Blessed 26. What's that phone number, Roe?
504-582-9422. 582-9422.
This is WBOK, 12:30 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about. All day long.
WBOK New Orleans, home of the Good Morning Show, 7 to 9 a.m. weekdays.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Texas Republicans are targeting Democrat James Tallarico's voting record as he runs for Senate.
He voted to defund police. He voted for DEI in public schools.
That's Governor Greg Abbott, who says his past votes are out of step with voters, while Democrats point to a growing population as a path to expand support. Black Maryland Governor Wes Moore is directing state agencies to respond to an agricultural crisis after severe freeze and drought conditions. Officials say the damage threatens food security and economy, with plans for emergency loans, irrigation efforts, and support for farmers. And Birmingham, Alabama's Black Mayor Randall Woodfin has unveiled a proposed $614 million budget for fiscal year 2027. The plan includes raises for city workers, along with increased funding for road repairs, public safety, and public transit. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. This is Will Sutton. I'm here with Roe Brown, and we're jumping into a conversation about Gun Violence Awareness Month. And we want to welcome to the show Dr. Sandra McKay. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the Good Morning Show and WBOK. You're on with Will Sutton and Ro Brown.
Good morning.
And we are certainly aware that it's Gun Violence Awareness Month, and we know that gun violence is an unfortunate part of what happens in our society. But I guess you can help us understand about how we can prevent gun violence and perhaps some of what we do. But let's make sure that we get you properly introduced to our WBOK family of listeners. So you're Dr. Sandra McKay. And what gives you the ability to speak on gun violence? What's your background?
Oh, thank you for asking. So I am a general pediatrician, but I am also a firearm owner and a researcher in gun violence prevention. And so a lot of the work that I do is, one, is I speak and counsel families every day about secure storage. And then also I work on, working with the community and working on different projects and grants on how we can reduce gun violence within the community, either through community violence prevention and secure storage initiatives. So that way we can find some of the best methods that exist out there that can really just reduce firearm death.
And how long have you been doing that work?
Oh, I've been working in this space for about the last probably 15 years now.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. So one of the things is, of course, whether people should have guns and what kinds of people should have guns. And you already said you're a firearm owner. And what's kind of the threshold for people who should have guns? And then we can get to what people should do and shouldn't do with guns.
Yeah. And I think, the reasons for firearm ownership among people tend to be personal. For example, for my family, my husband is the son of a police chief. And so, he always grew up with them in his home. Yeah. I take care of a lot of families where, they're hunters, and this is something that grew up with their culture. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we can all agree on is that we want to make sure that people are practicing responsible firearm ownership. And that's certainly something that we counsel and talk a lot about with. And one thing that we, also talk about with is, families that use firearms for their careers, mm-hmm. and those are things we think about with police, our military, our veterans that use their firearms for their careers. But what we want to screen people for and talk with them about is there someone in the home that's struggling? And we are certainly in the midst of a mental health crisis in America as well. Mm-hmm. And we want to make sure that people recognize those signs of, suicidal thinking. And there might be moments where we need to make sure that, if someone in the home should not have access to that firearm, then they don't have access to it, whether it be someone who's struggling, or if it's a toddler, or if it's a teenager who should not have access to it. And the core mantra on secure storage is also preventing unauthorized access. And that is one of the things that we talk to firearm owners about. It's something that I teach my medical students about. And that's where the layers of protection come in. And we want to make sure we provide tools to our families when they come in so they have the resources that they need.
Dr. McKay, this is Ro Brown. There is a political side to this, unfortunately. And you sound like, and this isn't you. I mean, you sound like, yeah, I get it, why you would be a gun owner. But have you run into a lot that you are a doctor and you're talking the clinical stuff and all, but you're a gun owner? Have you run into a lot of that where people can't understand why you would be a gun owner?
I am a provider in the state of Texas, mm-hmm. so I understand that, but I also am a realist. There are opportunities for people that they want to own firearms for many reasons. Yeah. And our family enjoys target shooting, and that's where we are. And, And I understand that there's a political side to this, but what we can all agree upon is that, everyone agrees that no one should die by a firearm. And that's both sides of the political spectrum. And a lot of my research that I work with is I actually work with firearm retailers. And I love this work with retailers because when you speak to all sides of the political parties, what you realize is that we have a lot in common. And a lot of those things in common is that we care about preventing suicide, we care about preventing deaths. We recognize that we have a lot more in common, and there are a lot of initiatives that we can work on together. And this is about bridging divides and not making it political and really focusing on the core outcomes here. And those outcomes are preventing deaths, reducing suicides, and allowing people to recognize that we can promote secure storage. We both care about being responsible and really, not falling to the political rhetorics that are out there. And when you can find those commonalities and bridge between, it's really an incredible moment.
Yeah, and that's not a debate question. I'm not, I'm not saying. It sounds to me like I understand why you're a gun owner. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm not questioning you or anything, but I just, really, I wanted to hear you say what you said. To tell you the truth.
All right. Well,
and it's wonderful to be able to meet different types of people in the work that I get to do, and and I think one of the things that we do with the Agree to Agree campaign is that you can learn that there's good platforms that people can agree upon and then develop resources together in collaboration with folks and have resources that can speak to everyone.
So one of the things that you do is say, yes, I'm a gun owner, and yes, I am a pediatrician, so I care about this professionally and personally, but you're also a researcher. And so share with us some of the data that you have come across over the years, and what does that data say to you now that you've done this for a number of years? What are we seeing now in 2026?
Yeah, and so what we see currently is that firearms are the leading cause of death in children, and that age range is between 1 and 17, and it has been for several years. What we also see is we see that firearm suicides are on the rise, and what we can see with that is firearm suicides are are the most lethal form of suicide, and with that, if someone attempts suicide and they survive, they are less likely to attempt suicide again. And that makes sense because we identify them and we get them help, but with a firearm that is 90% lethal, right? So they're very successful with a firearm suicide. We don't get that opportunity to get them help. So that is really why I get really passionate about trying to identify mental health. And when we have someone who's struggling, we want to make sure that we can create time and space to allow interventions to happen before someone does an impulsive or does something with that firearm that makes us not be able to act and intervene and provide that person some help.
So with these suicides, are you talking about youth-specific suicides or people generally with guns and suicide?
So it would be both. I mean, we do see people in general with the highest rates of, we've been seeing suicides on the rise in both teens and then also in adults as well. One of the highest population rates that we deal with in suicides is actually in veterans as well. So it is another population that we have to be concerned about too.
Okay. So when it comes to these suicides, are these gun owners or are these owners of illegal or legal guns? And when it comes to youth, I'm assuming it might in some cases be access to the guns and not necessarily ownership of the guns. Where are we with that?
Go
Go ahead.
That's a great question. And the majority of the time, it's that they've had access to the firearm in their home. And so for teens, teens report that they can access a loaded firearm within 15 minutes. So and that's something that, when you think of, suicide especially as being a rather kind of more impulsive act in teens, most teens from the time that they decide to choose that impulse, that act of suicide, it's usually within 10 minutes, right? They're like, and it usually that's why we say it tends to be more of an impulsive act, right? And then if they can access a firearm very quickly, then, that's where we want to create what we say time and space, because we want them to have that kind of cooling off period. And that's why we talk about this term of like lethal means protection, where, we take things that could be something that's dangerous or fatal to them, and we put time and space between people. That way they have that kind of like allow that impulsivity moment to pass by. And, if a teenager can access a loaded firearm in a short period of time, then that's not safe for them, and especially in this age and time of, teenage life where there's so much rapid changing moments for them. We want to make sure that we give them time and opportunity to reach out for help when they need it.
Okay. Now, I've heard different things about storage, and people making an argument that why would I store it if I want to be prepared to use it?
Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
Yeah, I've heard those same things too, and I think there are multiple different types of storage devices that are available for the firearm owner that can meet the needs of secure storage, but also allow for quick access at the same time. And so it's really important for the firearm owner to work with their local retailer to find out what storage device is going to work best for their family, but also provide that storage, because storage does multiple things for you. It makes sure that you prevent unauthorized access, so that way someone in the home doesn't get it that shouldn't have it, like a toddler. If you have friends visiting, like if you have a teenager in the home and their friends are visiting, you want to make sure that no one else can get to it. Also, we think about theft. We want to make sure that someone doesn't break into your home while you're not there. And if you have an unsecured firearm, that firearm is going to be taken. So we want to make sure that that firearm is properly secured, so that way it is yours and it doesn't get stolen from you. And so having it secured is important for multiple reasons. And there are multiple quick access safety devices that are out there that allow the firearm owner to keep it secured, but also allow that quick access in times when they are concerned about needing that quick access for it.
Okay. Now tell us, you mentioned the Agree to Agree campaign. What is that?
Yes.
And how do people participate if they'd like to participate with Agree to Agree?
Yes. Agree to Agree is a campaign that is really built upon this idea of we all have a common belief and common ground, and we want to keep our loved ones safe, and we want to keep our communities safe. It's a national campaign. It's nonpartisan, and it's just now in its second year. And the goal is to provide resources for a variety of different people, for families and for healthcare providers, on how to have conversations with others, on toolkits, so that way if you wanted to go look for resources, you have those available to you. It's online. You can literally Google Agree to Agree or go to agreetoagree.org, and these resources are available for you in your family, so that way you can help protect your family and keep them safe, and also do that in a way that best suits your family's needs.
Wonderful. Well, Dr. Sandra McKay, we appreciate your making time for our WBOK family of listeners and watchers, because we're live streamed on YouTube and on Facebook Live as well. Appreciate you talking with us about Gun Violence Awareness Month and the Agree to Agree campaign and what we can consider doing, whether we have guns or not, why this is important. As a part of the Agree to Agree campaign, of course, we can agree, hope we can all agree, that no one should die because of use of a gun. So thank you so much for calling in and sharing this time and this valuable information with us. Lord's blessings and have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk some more about news and information that you might want to know. I mean, one of the things I'm curious about, Ro, is Serena Williams.
Yep.
Serena Williams. I love the sister, but what's going on with that? All right. Well, we're going to go to break, and might be some other folks who want to try to get a call or two in before we wrap the show. We're looking forward to having a conversation about Blessed 26.
Blessed 26, Kendall Francis, founder.
26. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good conversation. Looking forward to that. Something that's you focused and important work. So what's that phone number, Ro? And then we'll break for a bit.
504-582-9422.
This is WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about
all
day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Kubel, and here are today's headlines for you. A plan is expected to be announced by Governor Jeff Landry this morning to fund teacher pay raises. That announcement comes after the legislative session ended on Monday with lawmakers still without a plan to fund the raises. The governor will need major support from both parties to implement his plan. Landry is expected to talk in Baton Rouge at 10 a.m. NOPD investigators are working right now to determine what caused a man's death after his body was found on Monday afternoon. Police were called to Tulane Avenue and Airline, where we are told an unresponsive man was found and later pronounced dead. The incident is currently being investigated as an unclassified death, but no other details have been provided. And with hurricane season upon us, the second annual Blessing of the Fleet ceremony will take place this morning. It honors first responders and their readiness during hurricane season and is a reminder to citizens to stay prepared for all storms. The event will feature a fleet of over 35 marked emergency vehicles and participation from multiple emergency and law enforcement agencies. Archbishop James Checchio will lead the blessing at 10 a.m. And that is
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
New Orleans, and welcome back to Good Morning Show. Whether you've been in tune since the 7 o'clock hour or sometime in there, or since the 8 o'clock hour, it is 8:20 a.m. And I hope you're already there and doing what you need to do if you needed to be there at 8:15. But if you got to be there at 8:30, you got a little bit more time. And I hope you use it wisely to drive safely or get on to the RTA and take care of your business wherever you're going. I'm Will Sutton. I'm here with Ro Brown, and we are on the Good Morning Show. We thank you for spending some of your time with us, our WBOK family of listeners. Ro Brown.
Yes, sir.
You say the name Serena Williams, and I think beauty. I think talent. I think incredible.
Okay.
I think what a sister.
Mm-hmm.
In the world of journalism and media, you can probably stretch it beyond mid-20s, 30s, 35. Depending on what you do, you can get into the 40s. 50s.
In media? You could go longer than that.
50.
Yeah.
I've been at this 50 years.
You go to your
but
90s.
In the world that you know very well, there are not too many 70-year-old or 60-year-old or 50-year-old football players.
True.
Or tennis players.
True.
And Sister Serena Williams is how old?
44.
And she's doing what?
Talking about coming back. Not talking about it. She's going to play in a doubles tournament prior to Wimbledon.
44 years old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, look, it's doubles, you know.
Okay.
She could probably get away with that. John McEnroe played. He won some doubles tournaments, like when he was like 46, you know, after sitting out for a while and coming back. And, so great players, like a John McEnroe or Serena Williams, yeah, they probably be more attuned to do that than just some regular old Joe like Ro Brown or Will Sutton. But, yeah, she's coming back and she's playing in a doubles tournament. And, people feel that, usually this could be a lead up to trying to play singles again. I am always leery of comebacks, sports comebacks, and how they turn out. Muhammad Ali is one that I think about. I mean, he had about 2 or 3 comebacks. But, I'm always leery of it. And like I said, she could probably still be competitive in doubles. The most important female athlete, I think, had a prolonged career because of doubles, and that was Billie Jean King. She was a terrific doubles player, and you could do that, as you became older. A lot of her major tournaments that she won, they were doubles. A lot of them were singles, of course, but, there were doubles that kind of prolonged her career. And, but so it'd just be interesting to see, be good to see. See how it's going to happen. But, I hope she doesn't play singles. That's just me.
Yeah. Well,
I don't need to see her play singles again. Okay?
Well,
she's
certainly been busy since she retired from professional tennis.
Mm-hmm.
And she has kept up her good physical appearance.
Yeah. The commercials say she's lost weight.
She has expanded her business interests.
Yes.
She's doing these television and social media commercials and spots.
Mm-hmm.
So she's definitely making money.
Yeah.
One would think.
No,
And,
this
one,
would.
and one
yeah.
of those is
This isn't a need the money kind of thing. No.
Well, I understand she has a partnership with you, Ro.
Me?
Yeah.
Kind of partnership.
Well, that's the name of the company. It's called Ro. That's the digital health platform called Ro.
Well,
that's not you?
Well, no, that's not me. That's not me.
Well, folks, it is called Ro.
We also need to say that if she was doing it for money, she still wouldn't need to do it for money because she's got a pretty wealthy husband, okay?
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing that,
So when is this going to happen?
Prior to Wimbledon, and that's this month, later this month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it may be a lead up to where she's thinking about coming back playing singles. Maybe, I mean, this would be, it could be a test, and maybe that's what she's doing, and maybe she'll just want to play doubles. I don't know.
Do we know who her partner is going to be yet?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, I mean, Billie Jean King she was a terrific doubles player, mixed doubles also was one of the things that that she was really good at.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm partial because I like Billie Jean King.
Well,
I think she's the most important female athlete ever.
Well, I'm going to say I'm partial, and I like Serena Williams.
I like Serena too. But I have to point out to some people, a lot of people say, well, look what she did for women's tennis. She got women equal pay. No, Billie Jean did that.
That's correct. No,
Not
you're
Serena.
right about that.
Okay.
Facts
Billie
are facts.
Jean got what she got because of Serena. You know, and that's Title IX is because of Billie Jean. Okay.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. You're right about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to Sister Serena as she re-enters the professional world of tennis and ventures out with a doubles appearance.
Yep.
And
I'm looking forward to it.
Having lost some weight, and she says much healthier, doing better with her wellness, and lots of us would want to do that. And,
sure.
Heck, there are a lot of people, not just women, a lot of people would want to look as good as she does.
Yeah.
At 44 years old.
Yes.
But we're not jumping onto a tennis court.
Right. Right.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break, and when we come back, oh boy, we're going to have
less 26.
Hear about the wonderful work
Kendall
that they're doing,
Francis,
and a special event that they got coming up as well. Ro, what's the phone number in case somebody might want to call in on point for what we're talking about?
504-582-9422.
This is WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Another warm day is up ahead with partly cloudy skies, but also looking at some scattered rain chances. We are looking at a low in threat for seeing some street flooding. Main timing for us would be after 1 p.m. to the late evening into possibly the nighttime hours, but any of the downpours could be heavy at times. If you're not looking at rain, highs today will be 86 to 93 degrees, feeling a lot warmer than that. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
Climate Hope NOLA presents this month's climate keyword, adaptation. Climate adaptation means preparing our communities for stronger storms, hotter days, flooding, and rising water. That means planting trees, restoring wetlands, protecting homes, and helping families recover stronger after disasters. In New Orleans, resilience is part of who we are and how we survive. Learn more, stay informed, and take action with Climate Hope NOLA. Visit Team Hope NOLA on Instagram to learn more.
This is Andronika Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
Good morning, Wake Up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Whether you've been in tune with us since 7:02 or 7:10 or 7:20, 7:58, or even 8:02, and if you're just tuning in, guess what? You are right on time because we're going to be talking about Blessed 26, and we are excited to have this young man. I'm going to say young.
I appreciate that.
This young man.
I appreciate that.
Talk about all the good work that he is doing. Some of us do work and we go home, and some of us do work and we go to work.
Go to work after work. Yep.
That's what you do.
Yes, sir.
And really appreciate that, bro. We're going to find out some more in this segment.
All right. You know, you usually ask people who your mama and them.
Yeah.
Well, I just Kendall Francis is a former Tulane University football player.
When we were good.
What was your number?
26.
Okay, so I just want to throw that out. So if people are wondering, people are wondering, why this is Blessed 26. What is Blessed 26? How did it come about? And
Blessed 26, you were there when we started. And honestly, our general manager, Mason Granger, wouldn't allow me to quit my job. My first major responsibility after being an intern at WDSU, I started my career kind of with a football mentality. Like, we walked in the room as interns, and the first day they told us one thing to do. The second day they said the same thing. I'm like, this sounds like running reps. And I'm like, so you don't need to tell me anymore. We good on that. And I walked over to a young lady, Greer Fagan. She's no longer with us. God bless her. But I said, hey, go find something else to do. I'm going to do your job every day. And I was regimented. So I showed up like it was practice. I was so used to being regimented. And next thing you know, I'm doing her job. And Margaret Cortez at the time walks over to me and says, hey, how would you like a promotion? I'm like, great, since I don't work here. But I moved into the 6 on Your Side Consumer Advocacy Division. And it was like getting a master's degree. I learned every problem, every social ill in the city. And the National Council of Jewish Women had more programs in my community than I knew of that we were taking care of. So that was part of the first inspiration. And so next thing I know, I moved to the newsroom. It was murder, mayhem. I'm listening to the police scanner, and I literally tried to quit. And Mason would not accept my resignation, and so he was on the board.
Mason was the general manager. People
yes.
don't know who these people are.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But anyways, he wouldn't accept my resignation. Said, no, we really need a guy like you. I'm like, okay, whatever that means. He took me over to Cafe Reconcile, where he was a board member, and something got said at the table that didn't sit well with me to one of the young people. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be here. And next thing I know, I set out to teach, and I learned so much because these young people were able to express themselves. Because, see, we talk about our kids, we really talk to them. If we talk to them, you'll see exactly how they feel, exactly what they're going through. And I just applied a guy who's had structure and support all of his life, just applying what I knew to some of their issues. And next thing you know, 22 years later, we're here. I have young men that call me dad. I don't have children of my own, but we've been blessed to try to help young people create formulas of success for themselves and put them on the right path, give them the guidance and structure that they need, just the support that they need. Because just because the kid goes to school and has a guidance counselor don't mean they're giving guidance. Doesn't mean they're getting the support that they need. And so I tried to fill that gap. And it's been not necessarily a one-man show, but it's just been my passion. I tell everyone that I'm employed by WDSU, but I work for young people. So the fact that you said that, it fits. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So how do you do this?
How do I do this?
Okay,
I graduated. You said I played ball at Tulane. I was on a full scholarship, graduated with no debt, so my first paycheck was mine. I don't know Fannie Mae, Aunt May, whatever that lady name is. I don't owe her no money. My $250,000 was taking care of my athletic ability and separated collarbone and separated shoulder. But I started just using my overtime. I didn't have any bills. I owned property. I had rental property very, very early. So I was doing very well. And I had a starting point. My mom and dad set me up pretty much. And so just applying that, I don't have any vices or anything. And it was just my thing. I just felt like God wouldn't let me sleep. And so this is my, lack of a better term, my ministry. It was my tithe to my community. And we just kind of gone from there. WDSU has a great program. We're owned by the Hearst Corporation, and we have a match fund. So I can swipe my credit card for a large amount of money, and they match it. And so that's one way I made
Which is nice.
Which is very nice.
Not every company does that.
Not every company does that, but it helps lift.
There are people who work at companies like that, And they never use it.
They never use it. And so some of my coworkers, they're like, hey, man, I'm going to contribute to you. And it comes back. So even that helps out. We just had some people just be very, very beautiful to us. And it's been working out. It's been working out.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how do these young folks find their way to you in Bless 26, or do you go out looking for them?
Now we're about to switch that up. Before I was going to schools. First it started Cafe Reconcile, and then I kept getting promoted, schedule change, so forth and so on. So I moved on, and so someone actually found me one time and offered me a contract. Former Councilman Mark Spears in the West Bank said, hey, man, we need this. I was actually in this building when it happened. Xavier let me have a classroom, and we had a lot of kids from the group homes coming to us because they didn't have any extracurriculars. And Mark Spears came to me and said, hey, man, we can actually support this. And next thing I know, City Council approved a budget for me to operate my program. I was in the West Bank with Cox and Higgins High School or what have you. Then we matriculated over to, I started going to schools, and I became an after-school program, and it was contractual based. But the problem with that, it wasn't a real problem, but I could only be at that school. And so other people wanted to come to us, but I'm there at that school. And for security risks, you can't have other kids coming from all over, what have you. Still a beautiful thing, and it was great because all of our kids don't play ball. All of our kids don't run track. All of our kids aren't in a band. So to have a program for them to teach character enrichment and personal development was something that caught on. The kids became almost acted like a frat because they were in Bless 26. And so now I'm actually transitioning to where I'm going to bring the kids to us. WDSU has a room called the community room, and we're going to give it back to the community. So I'm going to start recruiting very soon as I fundraise. That's what this golf tournament's all about, to bring a certain amount of kids, probably about 26 kids for every 10 weeks, to WDSU, have them in the community room, and I'm going to host a program called News for Life. And the reason we're going to do News for Life in Leadership is because I just finished a contract with an organization called College Track NOLA. These are the best and the brightest kids who have the highest SAT and ACT scores going off to college. College Track is a great program. But as I would speak to them, I'm like, hey, guys, what do y'all think about this week about y'all being eligible to be drafted? The young man looked at me dead in my eyes and said, oh, I don't play sports. I'm like, no. Drafted like into the military to like go to war.
Right.
What war? What? Hold up.
Yeah.
So you are eligible to be drafted into the military to participate in a conflict that you don't even know what's going on. Imagine what that will do to your psyche.
Yeah.
When you had other plans, and now you're in a conflict that you know nothing about, did not have anything to do with. Did not see this coming. And this is our best and our brightest. And it's not that he was just uninformed. He like, yo, this is going to devastate our community. There was a time when everyone in our community had to take that route to have an option or a chance. And what our community has done in the past 62 years is short of a miracle. And now to start seeing us go backwards and you don't know it's coming. I have not worked at a news station for 26 years to just allow that to happen. So I'm going to do my part. I can only speak for Kendall. And so I'm going to take this experience because as an African-American journalist, I don't have a job. I have a responsibility. He kind of taught me that. And so with that responsibility, what can I do? I'm not an athlete where I can give out a whole bunch of money, but I can share this knowledge. I can share this wisdom. I can give the lessons that have been bestowed upon me, and I can be a blessing the way I've been blessed. And that's what Bless 26 is all about. So we're going to start recruiting some young people, and we're going to get them in that room. We're going to inform them. And that's going to be the way we go. And that way I can get kids from all the schools.
Wonderful. Yep. Wonderful. So let's talk about your event.
Yes, sir. Got a golf tournament. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. This is going to be our second annual golf classic. Last year, man, we had a blast. I am not the biggest golfer, but I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. Daryl Ford has been great, helped me with my swing.
All right.
They got my grip together, and we've been doing some cool things, but we put this thing together because there are some golf enthusiasts out here, and I'm not just, hey, support me, give me some money. I have to do something, and I want to give people a good time, and this is something you were going to do anyway, but we want to put our stamp on it and show off our organization and give people an opportunity to come have a good time. We're not having a crawfish boil after. We're not serving hot dogs and hamburgers. We're boiling lobsters.
Oh.
Yeah. We going there with it.
Put the pinky up.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Lobsters.
Look,
Ooh.
Cisco is one of our sponsors. Moro's Hospitality is one of our sponsors. Kia of Kenner is one of our sponsors. Daryl Gray, attorney, is one of our sponsors. You know what I'm really, really proud of is one of my former students. First of all, you're not a former student. One of my students is a sponsor. He is one of my largest givers now.
What?
Yes, man. Ed's Mobile. He is a young man who didn't grow up the way he really wanted, didn't have the sport he wanted to, started calling me dad for whatever reason. He ended up having to drop out of Southern University engineering because he did not have the financial support that he needed. And he said, hey, Mr. K, man, I was thinking about something. I'm out here in Nebraska and Kansas on these pipelines. And you told us one day that if I found something that I love to do, find a way that I would do for free for the rest of my life, but find a way to get paid for it, I'd never work a day in my life. I said that? I was like, all right, if you said I said it, yeah, let's go. And he began doing that. He started going around the neighborhood and knocking on people's doors that had a car in the yard that wouldn't start. He said, if I can get your car started, would you pay me for it? And he would go examine it. He knew what to do. He used to hang out with his father when he was a kid, fixing cars, and he turned that into a passion. And now he will come to you. You call him, you DM him, and he will come to you. Now he has Ed's Mobile Detail. They'll pressure wash your house. They'll mobile detail your car. They put tint on your windows. They'll fix your car. So no more tow truck. If you got to haul your car, he can haul it too. This young man's company has grown, and he says that I inspired it. But now he sponsors everything that we do, and it gets to me sometimes, man. That is just a blessing right there. Yeah. Ed's Mobile, man. He's killing it. He's killing it.
All right. So date
is this Saturday, June 6th, 8 o'clock in the morning. Come register. Bring your foursome out. Sign up.
At Joe Bartholomew.
What's that?
At Joe Bartholomew.
Joe Bartholomew, yes, sir. Joe Bartholomew Golf Course over there in Pontchartrain Park. Shotgun start. Got a scramble style. Got some really cool trophies, really cool raffle prizes, and some really good food after we get done. So,
all right.
Yeah, man.
So do people have to be signed up and registered in advance?
It's preferable because it helps us. We'd love if you would, we would love any sort of support if you come out. Hopefully we have some spaces available. Right now we do have some room for people to come out, but if they could pre-register, it's a smoother start. Golf is, folks like to do things the way they like to do it. You know?
Time.
There you go. It's our time. It's our time. Like, come on, man. We have some volunteers. I'm not trying to work them to death, but we want everyone to have an enjoyable experience. So if they could pre-register just with the link that we could find on our social media, on our website or what have you, and that gets off to a smooth start, and come have a heck of a day. Food, fellowship, golf, learn about our organization, support our cause so we can go bless these babies. I like to say I bless young boys for fun.
All right.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I love it. So if there's some folks listening and they're like, well, I don't really play golf. I'm more like who Francis used to be. But I'm still not there where I got to go out 3 to 4 times a week. Is there this an event for them too?
This is an event to them, too. I want them to come learn about the organization, see who supports us, meet a few of our young people, and just learn about our organization and see the opportunities, the way we can support these young people that are worth supporting. New Orleans has some of the most talented individuals you will ever meet. I tell people that if you grow up in New Orleans, I'm not saying you're better than a lot of people, but you grow up different. So some of the struggles and some of the things that we experience, it conditions you and makes you prepare. It prepares you for anything else that will come. You all can handle things that some other folks from other communities couldn't handle because you've had to deal with so much, unfortunately, but it does prepare you. We don't lose, we learn. There are 2 words that our young people cannot use, and that's the word free. It is of no cost to you, but someone found value in it to provide that opportunity for you. And the word easy, because we don't want you to always look for the easier way to do it because you get nothing out of it because you try to skip the lesson. And so those are some of the principles that we have, some of the things that we like to just reinforce. And we love seeing the light come on. That's my blessing in it all. I love when the light comes on. When you see that light bulb come on in a kid's head, and I get walked up to at Costco or wherever I'm at, hey, Mr. Francis, this is me. They got a full beard, mustache, and everything. We've been doing it 22 years. I've met some of their children. Woo, that's a feeling.
Yeah.
That's a feeling. You got to step back for a second. I've leaned on my basket for a little while at Costco a couple times because I've had some young people walk up to me and say, hey, Mr. Francis, this is my son. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Right.
And they just recall some things that you've said to them that really touch them. I was just flowing at the time in the middle of the classroom, and they come back and regurgitate some of the things that they've learned, and it really feels good.
He's Kendall Francis. He is founder of Blessed 26 golf tournament coming up this Saturday. Joe Bartholomew.
Sir.
Golf course, Pontchartrain Park, for those of you who don't know the real name of it. And 8 a.m. start or
8
whatever.
8 a.m. registration, so we can start at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Be there at 8, like 7:50.
And he may sound like a native New Orleanian when he talks about New Orleans, but he is from Jacksonville, Florida.
I have been here longer than I lived in Florida. So
that's
the
true.
fact that I never claim it. Now, don't ask me what high school I went to. Okay, I get associated.
The Bowls.
Yes, I did attend the Bowls school, but that doesn't go over well over here.
I know.
That doesn't go over well.
It's kind of a
yeah,
you know.
But it prepared me, and look what I'm doing with it. But I get associated. I'm actually the life coach at Warren Easton for the football team.
All right.
I had a job offer in the NFL, and they wanted me on the player development. They're like, y'all gonna pay me $150,000 to take guys out to dinner and talk to them about their problems? And I didn't have a psychology degree, so I didn't get the job. And so I called Coach Jerry Phillips over at Easton. I said, man, I got an idea. What do you think if we do like a life coach type thing? So every Monday before they hit the field or weight room, they talk to Coach Kendall. We're talking about life.
All right.
I'm at 1 or 2 practices a week and at the game, and I help them connect what the coach is trying to tell them, and I lay it out to them. One, it always comes better from a different person telling you.
Yeah.
And then when I can relate that thing to them, it circles back. So we've watched a lot of young men go chase their dreams playing college football. But knowing that we're preparing them for life is what we're really proud of over there.
So how do we pre-register for the golf tournament?
Pre-register, Blessed 26 Ticket Spice. The golf tournament, you can find it on our social media, blessed26.org is our website. Blessed26NOLA.org, is our website. But you find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram. We got a really cool video that was done. Man, I'm really proud of that video. Oh, man, I'm going to show it to you after this. The video was crazy work. Right. But it'll get you hype. And so we would love folks to come out, love you to register, love you to support us. And we actually have something where people donate on a monthly basis. We call them Blessed 26 Believers. Some people do $260 a month, which is, whoa, thank you. Wow. Some people do $26 a month. We less than a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You know? And so we're really proud of that.
All right. So I heard you say prizes.
Prizes,
what
man.
We got? Did I see barbecue grills or something?
Man, well, that was last year. We did the grill, and then we had to put it together. I'm not that guy. I got people for that. So no barbecue grill. Man, one of them, the trophy, but Morrow's Hospitality is one of our biggest sponsors, and $250 gift card for that foursome. So that's $1,000 at Morrow's Steakhouse. I don't know if you're gonna go together or just take your wife or your girl. Woo. But yeah, Morrow's Steakhouse. That's one of my favorites right there. Yeah. Spicy mango. Second place team's gonna go to spicy mango. Then I think we have some gift cards for Monday. So these golfers are gonna win some stuff, man. We got a golf bag that's in the raffle this year. You can put a tag on it. You can charge your phone with it. You can store your shoes in it. It has a cooler built into it. Yeah, look, man, like I have to have some swaggy stuff. Like I don't want this to be your regular golf tournament. We want to show you, we give our kids our best. And so when we do any sort of event, we want that to be what we represent. We want to give our best for people that were asking to support us. So
well, I know we're going to have to wrap up, but I'm a parent, I'm a grandparent, I'm an uncle, I'm TD. I love this, and I might go to the golf thing, but what I really want to know is, can my grandson be a part? What do they need to do?
If they're coming to golf, well, you know what? They can come and be with you just to kind of see what we're doing and see how we move, but it will. Like, of course you can come. Like, all
right, so how can they get their kid to participate in the program?
In the program, go to our website, send us a message, and we're going to open up some recruiting very, very soon for these 26 spots. I can't overload it because I like to keep the teacher, the educator-student ratio where it's conducive for learning, and we're going to start setting a calendar to set up those sessions. And first one, like I said, we're going to start like late August or right around the beginning of school. And we're going to go from there. So looking forward to it.
But perhaps it might help if you go out to the golf event and you know their face. You haven't met them.
There you go. There you go. Look, you can go to our YouTube page and see everything we've done, learn a little bit about me. If you want to know more about Kendall Francis, one called I Am Kendall Francis. And it explains how we got here. But I want to tell you something about mentoring very, very quickly. I have been a New Orleans Saints fan my entire life because my parents got divorced when I was 13 years old. But a New Orleans Saints player that used to play for the Jacksonville Bulls, the old USFL team, he and Von Johnson had a football camp in Jacksonville, Florida, the old Gator Bowl. And I don't know why I stood out. I was better than guys my age, so he moved me up with the rest of the guys. But Van Jakes began to support me all throughout that time. And the fact that there were no cell phones then, I could just call him, and after I saw him on TV, that was the biggest thing in the world for me. He'd always ask me about my grades. He'd always ask me what I was doing to prepare. He'd always ask me if I was practicing, whatever. And when he retired from the NFL and I was in college, he sent me some support, and I kept a ledger of all of it. And I tried to pay him back after I graduated. Wow. And I said, hey, I want to send this back to you. He said, no, I won't accept it. I'm like, well, give me your son's information. I'll send it to him. He said, no, he's a rich kid. He don't need it. I'm like, what do you want me to do? He goes, do what I did for you. I said, what do you want me to do? Give a kid some money? He goes, son, if that's all you think I did for you, then you completely missed it. And next thing I know, Bless 26 began to just spur in my head, and that's why we're here right now, because of Van Jakes.
All right, wonderful.
Van Jakes.
All right, so the Bless 26 golf tournament is Saturday, 8 a.m. registered, 9 a.m.
Registered at 8 a.m. Start at 9 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m. registered, 9 a.m. start. So sign up in advance so they can have you already processed and easier check-in at 8 o'clock. And that's at Joe Bartholomew Golf Course in Pontchartrain Park.
Yes, sir.
All right. Wonderful work that you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. All right. Folks, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be wrapping up the show and making room for the front porch right here on WBOK. This is WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The number of black summer associates at law firms is shrinking to its lowest levels in more than a decade. That's according to a survey by the National Association of Law Placement. And as part of a larger trend across industries, in reaction to a conservative push to end race and gender-based preferences in hiring and in school admissions. I spoke to Bloomberg Equality reporter Jeff Green, who says this decline could be just the tip of the iceberg.
We haven't even begun to see yet the impact of enrollment based on that affirmative action decision. The NALP folks said that's probably not going to show up till maybe next year's class. So you'll have the other side of that ratio affected. The number of black people who were in law school may also be diminishing.
Conservative legal strategist Edward Blum is a name to watch here. He's led several successful initiatives to curb DEI in places like law firms. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Louisiana has one of the highest incarceration rates in the world when adjusted per capita, not to mention its dubious distinction of locking up a higher percentage of its residents than any other state in the entire country. As if not satisfied with that sorry record of infamy, here comes Governor Jeff Landry, our lord of lock 'em up and throw away the key, with a $798 million corrections budget proposal to add even more beds at the state penitentiaries to imprison even more residents. Now that's an $82 million increase for the correction budget, while at the same time slicing the education budget by $165 million. This makes as much sense as tits on a chicken. Critics opine that it would make far more sense to use that revenue on education and mental health programs. Moreover, it would be less expensive. Here's the breakdown on that. It's costing about $23,000 to $30,000 a year in Louisiana to incarcerate someone, compared to roughly $15,000 a year to educate a student K through 12. Sadly, state taxpayers are spending around $10,000 to $15,000 more a year to keep someone locked up than they spend on a child's public education. And ironically, it's the governor who's adding to prison overcrowding via his harsh so-called prison reform policies. The number of prisoners paroled during Landry's tenure has declined to its lowest in 20 years. Critics say it's because parole decisions are not made by the parole board anymore, but are being made according to computerized algorithms. You know, there's an old saying about programming computers: garbage in, garbage out. My message to the governor and his supermajority conservative GOP allies in the legislature is stop treating people like garbage, damn it. This is Norman Robinson off the top.
Hi, I'm Leo Jackson, host of Sunday Gospel here every Sunday morning, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. You don't want to miss this move of God. It happens only on WBOK. You listen to all day long.
Good morning, Wake Up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. I'm Will Sutton, and with me is Ro Brown. Blessed 26. What a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I'm real proud of Kendall with that. He's done, like I said, over 20 years now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's great. So their golf tournament is Saturday at the Bartholomew Golf Course. And if you haven't been out there in a while, it's worth checking out what they're doing, and also checking out the golf course as well. Speaking of June 6th, which is Saturday, that is the deadline to register to vote through the Go Vote online registration system if you want to vote in the June 27th election. And this is the second party primary election. So the focus is on the parties. If you were Republican and you still a Republican and you voted Republican in the previous election, then you will have to vote Republican in this party primary runoff. If you were a Democrat, then you vote Democrat. If you know party and you voted in the Republican election, that's where you have to vote. And if not, and you voted Democrat, then that's where you have to vote. So, but there's more to it. We want to make sure that you know that if you want to vote absentee, the last day to get a ballot is June 26th for overseas. You have to get it in by that date. But you can do early voting from June 12th to the 20th. And don't forget, check out Louisiana Deserves Better if you want to know about where you can sign the recall petition. A bunch of dates and more locations where you can take part with that. Look, we're going to have to get out of here. It's time for The Front Porch. I'm Will Sutton, and right here with Ro Brown.
Bye.
We are signing off. Don't forget, we got Tabitha Smiley after The Front Porch and the reality check after that. This is WBLK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.